Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Novia Lestari. I'm from class 2019 B3 and mine PM 1922-02059. Well, here I want to explain about collaboration in writing memos, writing emails, and their correlation. But for the first, I want to explain about writing. So, what is writing? Um, Writing is an activity to convey message or communication using written language as a medium or tool. In written communication, there are at least four elements involved, namely the writer as the messenger, the contents of the text or message, the channel or media is in writing, the reader as the recipient of the message. So here are 4 keys to effective writing. For the first, identifying your audience. The first step in occupational writing is to ask yourself who your audience is. How big is your audience? How well do they understand English? Do they already know anything about your topic? What is their attitude toward you and your work? It is important to identify your audience before you begin writing. Since you will need to tailor your message to your audience. If you are not able to identify your audience, assume a general audience and keep your writing as simple and straightforward as possible. Second, establishing your purpose. Identifying why you are writing will help you to communicate your message better and make it easier for you to write. An important rule in occupational writing is to get to the point right away. Don't feel that you have to entertain or impress your readers. Third, formulating your message. Your message includes the scope and details of your communication. The details are the key points you want your readers to observe. The scope refers to the amount of information you provide about those details. You must adapt your message to fit your audience. For example, it would not be productive to include detailed technical information in a memo for a busy executive. Instead, for the audience, you will provide a summary to the managerial significance of these details. And the last, selecting your style and tone. Okay, style is how something is written. It includes such consideration as paragraph constructions, sentence length and patterns, and word choice. In occupational writing, you will select a style appropriate for your message, your purpose, and your audience. Your tone expresses your attitude toward your topic and your audience. It can be formal and impersonal or informal and personal. The trend in business writing today is toward less formality. However, this doesn't mean you can be breezy or charming in your writing. A business letter or report needs to be both personal and professional. Okay, next, the writing process and collaboration at work. Collaborative writing is a method of group work that takes place in the workplace and the classroom. Researchers expand the idea of collaborative writing beyond groups working together to complete a writing task. Collaboration can be defined as individuals communicating, whether orally or in written form, to plan, draft, and revise a document. Before you start writing, you should know in advance about the procedure. And the procedure is an essential part of what is known as the writing process. This process involves things like how the author collects information, including by doing several stages, such as you can the different between what is writing is not and what writing is, and then researching, planning, drafting, revising, and editing. Okay, next, writing memos. A memorandum, or more commonly known as a memo, is a short message or record used for internal communication in a business. Once the primary form of internal written communication, memorandums have declined is in use since the introduction of email and other forms of electronic messaging. However, being able to write clear memos certainly can serve you well in writing internal business emails, as they often serve the same purpose. Okay, purpose of memos. Memos can be used to quickly communicate with a wide audience, something brief but important, such as procedural change, price increase, policy addition, meeting schedules, reminders for teams, or summaries for agreement terms, for example. Okay, writing effective memos. How to writing effective memos? Communication strategist Barbara Dix Brown says that an effective memo is short, concise, highly organized, and never late. It should anticipate and answer all questions that a reader might have. It never provides unnecessary or confusing information. Be clear, be focused, be brief yet complete. Take a professional tone and write as if the world could read it. That's it. Don't include any information that's too sensitive for everyone to see, especially in this age of copy and paste or click and forward. Okay, strategies for organizing of memo. First, header. In header, you can write to, from, that, and re. In re, you can put subject. And then introduction. The introduction of your memo should do the following. Tell readers clearly about the issue or policy that prompt you to write. Explain briefly and background information the reader needs to know. Be specific about what you are going to accomplish in your memo. Do not hesitate to come right out and say, this memo explains new email security procedures. Already this memo summarizes the action taken in events via the reduced air pollution. Okay, next, body. Anybody or discussion section of your memo help readers in these ways. First, state why a problem, procedure, or decision is important, who will be affected by it, and what the consequences are. Indicate why and what changes are necessary, and give precise dates, times, location, and costs. And the last conclusion. In your conclusion, state specifically how you want the reader to respond on your memo. To get readers to act appropriately, you can do one or more of the following. First, ask readers to call you if they have any question. Then request a reply in writing, over the telephone, via email, or person by a specific. Provide a list of recommendations that the readers are to accept, revise, or reject. And don't forget to proofread. Reading aloud can help you find drop words, repetition, and awkward sentences. Okay, as we can see, this is an example of a memo. Well, I will explain the parts contained in a memo. First, you have to write down the part of the memo, such as the you sending the memo, name the sender, the date it was created, and the subject that you will convey. Okay, for example, this memo was written to Lucy from Roger, and the date of creation November 12, 2008, and subject review of a successful website seminar. Okay, second step is introduction. Here it's explained that the thing that prompted him to make the memo was that he wanted to redesign the website. And then preview, and the third step is the body, which is to convey the content or essence that you want to convey, as we can see in the example. And the last one is the conclusion. Here you can ask how readers can respond to your memo. An example here is Roger asking to Lucy to meet to discuss making their website. Okay, next, emails. Email or electronic mail is a means of sending and receiving letters or messages in digital format through computer networks and internet. These emails may contain pictures, video clips, sound bites, and various tables, lists, and statistical files. As we saw, memos can be sent via email. Okay, guidelines for using email. First, make sure your email is confidential and ethical. And then observe all of the proprietary requirements when using email. Use an acceptable format. Follow all of the rules of etiquette when answering email. Adopt a professional style and ensure that your email is safe and secure. Okay, part of email. Email is basically divided into three main parts, namely header, body, and signature. In header, header is an email message that is used by email programs and consists of several files, namely from, contains the sender's email address, to, contains the email recipient address, that contains the date and time the message was sent, message ID contains the ID is used by the email program, and subject contains the subject matter of the message of the email message or email topic. Okay, second, body. In body is part of the email that contains message written by the sender. And the last, signature. Signature or can be a picture of the ASCII symbol, name and address and telephone or fax number of the sender of the email. Okay, the last about the correlation of all materials is writing is an activity to convey message or communication using written language as a medium or tool. So the correlation between collaboration in writing, memos, and emails is that all have the same function, namely convey information or messages to readers in writing form. However, there are several things that need to be considered in conveying the message, where the message cannot be conveyed just like that, but must follow the established procedure so that the message can be understood by the reader. For example, in identifying the audience, determining the purpose of writing the message, formulating the contents of the message well and clearly, to determining a good language style by paying attention to punctuation, where the expression contained in a message can be understood by reader. Okay, I think it's enough. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.